Hello everybody and welcome back to the craft room with Tanya. Today I'm making a little card, a be happy card. I think that's a lovely thing to encourage people to be happy and be kind. I wouldn't dream of telling somebody to be kind if they can't work out to be kind to others. Well, then there's something rather amiss, and I'd rather be out of their company if truth be told. But it's quite a different thing to tell somebody to be happy. Now, to everybody that's not in the UK and Ireland, we have a sort of a be kind slogan going here. It all came about because of a presenter on the television, a young girl that had a whole life ahead of her, and she had a bit of a barney or a bit of a row with her boyfriend or partner at the time, and it escalated to the point that he had to call the police. Now, obviously, we weren't there, but there were some gross misconceptions about what happened, and a lot of speculation, as you can imagine, salacious speculation. And the poor girl ended up taking her own life. So all of a sudden, a movement seemed to spring up that encouraged everybody to be kind. And really and truthfully, I'm appalled in this day and age that we need to tell people to be kind. But we do sometimes, I suppose. Maybe we all need a wee reminder here and there to be kind to one another. I do not know. But I need a reminder to make sure I get my panels straight on my card, because that looks a little askew if. But I've digressed again, and there's 2 minutes gone and I'm chittering away. What am I like? Okay, come on, focus, Tanya, focus. Card making. Forgive me, excuse me. So this is a little card that I made for the Clean and Simple Card Making for Beginners Saturday Challenge. This is a card making group that I joined a while back, and they issue us a little challenge every Saturday to make us think outside the box and just challenge us to come up with a card that we wouldn't maybe ordinarily think of doing. And I have to admit, I really, really enjoy it. And ordinarily on Saturdays, I have my little granddaughter with me. She's only 8, so she hasn't quite grasped the Clean and Simple rules, and she just does her own thing. Bear with me a second. Would I show you? I have to show you this. She made this for her granddad, who had a little op. Oh no, I've squished one of the flowers, brushing it over. Look at that. And that says, get well soon. Look at that. That's my granddaughter's idea of Clean and Simple. And I think it is fantastic. She has deliberately left this little bit, apparently, round the edge, because it has twinkle on it. And she does love her twinkle or her sparkle. For all this tiny little bit of glitter that went round the edge, I would love you to see my craft room. I still have glitter. My mum calls it Rainbow Road because it's right up our hall. From the craft room right up the hall. So her and I have been running around with a hoover trying to get it lifted. But to me, I think it's a great shame that we don't have a Clean and Simple or any card making group on Facebook for kids and a wee Saturday challenge. Maybe that's a community page we could think about setting up. What do you think? Do you think that would be a nice idea? Because I know a couple of you have said to me that you have grandkids that enjoy card making in the craft room with you. And if you think it's an idea, there's 580 odd of us now in the group. I think we could give it a go. You let me know if you think it's a good idea, because I know she's devastated that she can't post hers on Facebook the same way as I can. So we'll have to see about that. Anyway, there I go again. And we're now at 5 minutes and I still haven't made a thing. So this was the card I made. And the challenge was to make a card, but not use white cardstock, but keep to the clean and simple rules. So I have used Night of Navy and Bumblebee Yellow, both Stampin' Up cardstock. But you can make it in whatever colours you want. You can do it like that if you wish. But I made it in navy and white. And I love him. I do like my white. I do, I must admit. I like the quality of the Syntego card in comparison to anything else I've ever used. And I still use Night of Navy because that's all I have. And oh my goody aunt, I haven't taken off the little edge there, do you see? And I've photographed that. Oh dear, never mind. When you see the photograph, pretend you don't see that little bit sticking out, please. Right, let's get stuck in. Enough waffling, Tanya. So what I've used, obviously I've cut my cardstock. I've cut my front panel. And these are my 3 little double-stitched, you see that? Nesting dies. I do believe these are Sizzix. Forgive me. I don't think these are press cut. I think these are Sizzix. Don't quote me on that though. It doesn't say Sizzix on them. Would it normally say Sizzix? Well, then maybe they're press cut. Anyway, they're double stitch dies. I've no idea whose they are or where I got them from, but I use them a lot. I've pre-cut my little pieces of cards. So whatever they are, they do leave a little residue, but sure, some dies can do that. So there's more. Right, so I have my navy, my white, excuse me, I'm so sorry, and then there's another little bit stuck on, and then my navy. That's the way it's going to be stacked. And then we have the little bee. Now, this is a Sizzix bee. This is him here. There's 2 parts, and there's actually 4 in the set. There's 2 larger bees, and then these 2 little rascals here. And this is Sizzix 663852. And that's 663852. Yeah. And I think it's A. Yeah. And then the other one, I don't know what it is, probably B. Ha ha. There you go. Sense of humour. And a sniffle with the cold. So what I've done is I've cut 2 out of the white cardstock, the Syntego. And I've already taken the liberty of sticking them together to try and keep it from this video from being too long, the one where I've talked halfway through. I have a little blue one for on the top, but I have a little trick. I have cut out a little buzzy bee. Now, it's the, sorry, I should have explained this a little bit better. Bear with me. This is this chap. This is the outline. Can you see that? That's the, oh, wait a minute, if I got it in shot, it would help, wouldn't it? That's the outline of the little bee, okay? And I've stuck 2 together. This one is the little sort of detailed one there, and that's him. And what I've also done, from this original outline one, I've cut a piece of vellum. Now, I'm going to put this down on this and underneath this one. But what I want to do is, I don't want all of him. I just want his beautiful little wings. So I'm cutting the wings out now. I need to be quite canny. And just cut, because there I've disassembled my poor bee, because all I really have is this little band to make sure that I've got him glued together, but not have the vellum showing underneath. And that works pretty much. Just need to take another tiny bit. It's always better taking off a little bit more rather than less, as long as you can still see the wings. That should be him. Now, what I want to do is I want to give them a little bit of texture. So this is, I think this is a Sizzix 2D embossing folder. It's not Crackle. I do have Crackle. I thought it was the Crackle one, but it's not. Doesn't matter. No, it's close enough. I'm not honestly sure what on earth it is. It's some sort of a little pattern anyway. So what I want to do is I want to have a few of these crinkly crackly bits here. Do you see them? On my wings, to give it a little bit of texture. So I'm going to put that down there, hold that down, and pop it through. Now I think I remove the base plate and put it through it. Let me play with this because it's a while since I've used a 2D. I think, no, that's not it. There's no grip there at all. So what you do is you remove the adapter plate for this one anyway, and use your normal sandwich without your adapter plate. And here's hoping that's it. Whoops-a-daisy. Yep, that's her. In she goes. I'll give her a couple of goes because it's only a titchy tiny little thing. There we are. Let's see how that comes out. Are we ready? Oh, look at that. Do you see? It's given it that lovely little effect. Oh, I'm happy with that. Yeah, now when I put that in behind my little buzzy bee, like that, and I put the blue on, it's just going to make it stand out that little bit more. Do you see? Can you see that? It's very, very, very footery, but hopefully you can get that detail. Okay. Excuse me. Now let's get these all out of the road. Oh, that's the final thing. I'll leave those there because if I don't, I'll forget to say. Okay, I'm going to get the bee assembled, and I'm going to get my little bit sandwich assembled, and I'm going to put my cardstock down on my card. Now, what glues do I want? There, and I need foam tape. Right, let's get going and actually make a card. This is a lovely, quick little one. If you don't take the time it takes for me to chitter to you all, then it is a nice, quick little card to make. But I think it's really effective and pretty, or else I wouldn't bother making it. Now, does that appear to be straight this morning? Yes, it does. There we go. There we go. It's a little mark there. I don't know what it is. There. Now let's put this sandwich together. So this is Night of Navy on the same Syntego white, and Night of Navy again. So once more, I'm just going to pop these together. I'm just using my Tombow glue to put these together. But you use whatever, excuse me, you use. One of our lovely members had said, as a cost, let me just focus on getting this straight first. Yeah, as a cost cutting measure, it's a good, what you can do is cut your square and take a little bit out of the center. Now, these are a bit footery to do that with, but it is a good idea. You know, even, you know, sometimes I take the frame or an aperture out. I always keep it for filling in for something else or cutting another die out of. But she has said, cut it out, even when it's not an aperture, and oops-a-daisy, hold on to it. I don't think I'm explaining myself very well. I do that a lot, unfortunately. There we go. Do you know, I have been talking to a camera, and you, obviously, not just the camera, the people at the other side of it. I actually imagine you all sitting there in your craft rooms having a bash at these with me. I hope you do. Let's see, is that straight? No, it doesn't look straight to me. It's very difficult with an Night of Navy. That looks good. Yep, that looks good. Okay. What I mean is, if I'm cutting this piece of card with this particular die, like that, and then I'm intending to stick another piece on here, what this lady was saying is, cut the bit out from the center and take it away, and then put the other one on top of it. And then you can keep that centerpiece for making something else out of. And that is a very, very good point. I don't do it. And the reason I don't do it is, and I could be completely wrong, but I always think it could sink, you know. And to me, the appearance of the card is so important. Okay. So I tend to keep my cards solid. Maybe I'm doting, maybe I'm being daft, I don't know, but that's what I do anyway. But each to their own. Now let's assemble our little bee. I'm just going to put a tiny little dot of glue on there to catch my wings in place. I don't want to stick them down completely. I want them free flowing, if you know what I mean. Now, there we go, little wings. I'm hoping that's got a purchase. Yes, it has, because it purchased right to my finger. So I'm going to put a little bit of weight on him for a second, and put the lid back on this. No, I'm going to use that. I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue on the broad bit there that will his wings. Do you see that will stick to? And then I'm going to use my zig pen for the rest. There we go. This is my new zig pen, so he's lovely and juicy, and that's exactly what you need for an. Do you know what? Do I want to stick down his wings? I've just had a rethink. No, I don't. So I'm going to take the glue off his wings as much as I possibly can. It'll still be a wee bit tacky, but it doesn't matter. If it sticks, it's not the end of the world. Right, let's get him out. I'm going to try and hold his wings up to stop them from sticking. Can you see what I'm doing? Am I in shot? It's very hard to see. There he is. Come on, little chappy. Oh, he's so cute. I love these bees. I love bees anyway. I'm quite fond of a little bit of gardening, and I quite like that. My husband always says it. He's very mindful of what's the world around him, I suppose. And he would say to me, do you hear the bees? Do you hear the bees? And he says it's one of the things he loves most about summer, are those evenings sitting out listening to the bees buzzing around the flowers. And it's a very soothing. I'm just lifting these wings up because I'm conscious I glued them and I don't want them to stick. Do you see? And you can see that vellum and the little shadow. Now, let's get him stuck down. So I'm going to be a little bit cautious because I just want to stick I want to stick everything down with this little man. I'm not too worried about his legs, but I do want to get a good purchase on his little body. And I'm just going to put him down there like that. Isn't he glorious? Look, isn't he? He's so sweet. And because I haven't stuck his little legs down, do you see the way you can see a little bit of white, and it makes it stand out that just a little bit against the blue? Can you see that? I love that. Now, I want to put some foam tape in behind this tile. Let me get these little ragged edges off. So, but to put them down, excuse me, forgive me. So, I use sticks to anything 10 mil by 1 mil by 50 mil roll. Now it's seen some use, I can tell you. So let's get these little pieces on. I'm very conscious that I don't want those wings to stick. Let's see, I'm still lifting. Yeah, I think I'm safe enough. I think I've got away with that, luckily. So I'm just cutting little strips to put down on my little tile, and a little piece for the middle. Now that's, I don't know how you do that. If I'd cut the center out of this, how would I do that? I don't know. So that's why I don't. But you know, guys, you work with what you've got and what works for you. There we go. I'm sure I probably picked it up wrong, knowing me. But if I have, please come back and let me know, because I do try to share everything that people bring to my attention with the group. If I haven't, I've forgotten. Don't be afraid to remind me, because I do have a head like an absolute sieve. That's just a glue stick that I've rubbed over the foam tape to stop it getting a purchase. I'm not going to make a tent card this time. I'm going to make a side opening, because they're my favourite. And I'm going to put my little chap on more or less central. I'm going to put a sentiment on this one. So there we go. That's not too shabby. Yeah, happy with that. So, oh, there's another one of those wee stringy bits. Right, we'll get him down. Isn't that? Looks good to me. And that's as good as it's going to get. Now, I have pre-stacked my bee and my happy. Now, I got this little bee die with a little set of, beautiful little set of bees. When I show you, it's a tiny little set. Where are they? Here it is. Look, do you see this? This is the little bee, and look, all of these little pieces came with it. The flowers, the honey, the honeycomb shape, a little, I don't know what this is, but this is a little honey jar and honey twisting spoon, and this bee, and there's another one somewhere, another little word came with it, which was lust, bee lust. Whenever I saw it first, I thought it said just bee. But it's actually, it looks like bee lust, which I can't fathom. But whether it's a J or an L, I have no idea. But I'm not using it because I don't want to give people the wrong impression. So I have bee, and this is just a happy out of Happy Birthday. And I've borrowed the happy. They're absolutely, you can see they're completely different, but it doesn't matter. I've stacked these 2 deep. I know a lot of people stack those 3 deep, but trust me, I have enough problems with the hand tremor getting 2 to stick together and look like anything. So I tend to stick to the 2 stacking because I'm just, now what on earth have I done there? Let's try that again. It was anything but straight. There, that looks better. That looks perfect. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Happy with happy. The H is a little bit wonky. Let's try and keep him straight. That's better. There. There we go. Now I'm just going to put my little B. I want to try and get it that it looks like it's joining into that H. There. Oh, I'm going to lose him. No, I'm trying to keep this in view, but keep it out of the glue. So I want that E joining on, and I've just moved the H again. There we go. Perfect. So it's B, happy, and there we go. One little simple, easy peasy card. And honestly, from start to finish, even if you're a chitterbox like me, that should only take you 10 minutes. You know, it's so easy. But sometimes it's nice just to have a little easy one in your stash. And obviously, I normally say to you, use what you've got. And you can use this template for pretty much anything. I actually use the blue and white a lot with little anchors and sailboats and things like that. And little ship's wheels and things for a chap's card. But this one, oh, I've got something else on that. This one would do a chap as well as a lady, you know. In fact, you could probably do it in a nice yellow or pink or whatever as well in your cardstock. But it's just, I had the navy out and I thought, I'll give it a go with the navy. A navy and white, I think, are just gorgeous together. They're two of my favourite colours. I love blue and white. And I love navy. I always have. So it's what worked for me. But I'm going to stop talking because I'm at 25 minutes and this is supposed to be a 10-minute make. Would you believe that? I'm so sorry. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you very, very much indeed for all of your lovely comments and for subscribing to the group. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this little card, please give me the usual thumbs up. And if you haven't already joined the group, hit that little subscribe button, and that means that you don't miss any of the videos and the little bits and nuggets of wisdom that we try to share with each other from all over the world. I can't believe that. It's amazing. So thank you all very much. Don't forget, if you think it is a good idea in regards to setting up a little Facebook page for kids and card making, let me know. Or if you know of one that's already up and running, would you let me know? I'd be greatly appreciative. Thank you. Take care. Have a lovely, lovely day. Bye-bye.